Lorem Ipsum, the jewel of the desert at the foot of the 3 mountains. This little book helped me work out where it is. Most of the communication. All right, then. Cast off. Watch out down there! Maybe next time I should shout first and then throw it down. The Mary should have enough power to heave the obelisk onto the plinth. And the pipe serves as the new connection piece K, or whatever it was. Off we go! Pull, my dear old fatty!
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Come on, you can do it! All right. Now slowly... Ah! Well done, Mary.
Did you ever doubt me, little one?
The shadow of the obelisk at exactly 3 p.m. is supposed to cast across the stone you can use to open a secret door into the pyramid. Now it's about... noon? Okay. It's 2:15... 3 o'clock. The obelisk is casting its shadow exactly on that stone. That must be it. According to the operating manual, there's a place you have to press to open an entrance into the pyramid. But I can't just try and find it by looking around. That would take forever. That's it. Let's go.
If I were you, I wouldn't go in there. Traps. Lots of traps. Mortimer just about managed it, and Mortimer is... Oh, Mortimer.
He was in the pyramids?
Of course. He is an archaeologist. They always go wherever there are the most traps.
Do you know how the traps in there work?
Naturally. I even invented some myself. I am an enigma, I think.
How about you accompany us?
In there? Whew, it's dangerous.
Come on, I thought Danger was your middle name.
Really? That would be a strange middle name. Walter or Winifred, those are good names. Mortimer's second name is Alfred.
Come on now. Get in that pyramid.
In there? It's dangerous in there.
It's important. We need the Book of the Dead to bring a friend back into this world, and he might know something about a great evil that's stirring.
It's like my dear old father used to say. Coyote, snake, bird looking to the left, sun, wavy lines, exclamation mark.
What?
Yes, he was very erudite. And you wouldn't have caught him simply wandering into a pyramid filled with traps.
We really shouldn't go into the pyramid unprepared.
Oh, come on. Danger is my middle name. And it's important. Great evil is stirring.
What?
You can't let me go in there on my own. You have to come in with me.
Okay, if that's how it's gotta be.
I win every argument. It's always been so. Put me on your shoulders.
Do I have to?
Hup, hup. We have 40 days in the desert ahead of us.
We're going into the pyramid.
Which pyramid?
Hey, stop puffing and panting in my ear.
I'm not panting. I'm exhaling dramatically. Onwards, my proud camel!
Nice little place. Locked. And like everything here, the door is made of stone. You can't just kick it open. A conspicuous black hole in the wall.
You have to put your arm in there.
Sure.
Yes. Sometimes there is a switch at the end of the hole. But sometimes your arm will be sliced off instead. I'm pretty sure that this one here has a switch.
So, tell me again. You said that if I stick my arm in there, it won't be chopped off?
How should I know?
There really is something like a lever here.
Pull it.
Ah!
Don't let go. The door is opening.
Great. Yes. Broken.
Oltag. Babbelu. Oltag. Babbelu. Oltag. Malaka boom boom. Hatawi. Kutsura, Luca. Box. Ula dula ha. Extra push. Babbelu. Oh. Extra push. Azzurro, Luca.
Ah. Vases? Cat statues? A wooden chair? Why is there only junk here and no treasure?
What use are treasures to you on the other side? At least you can sit on a chair.
As a real Tomb Raider, I have to at least take something. What about this? An ancient mirror, I'd say.
You can't take that. That is the first mirror that was ever made.
And?
Pharaoh Tut-Tut was very particular about his appearance. He needs the mirror.
Not anymore. I'm quite sure of that. This column looks strange.
No, that's a perfectly normal column.
Sure?
Be careful, Nate. Why didn't you consult me before you put us in danger?
This part of the column shoots out if you trigger a mechanism in the floor.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. I would jump over, but I don't know if there's another trap on the other side of the slab. There are some nasty-looking spikes waiting at the bottom of the pitfall, and some scarab beetles are scurrying around between them.
I would suggest that we don't fall into that pit, then.
Even if I get over this pitfall, the stone ball is blocking my way.
The ball should only block the entrance to the tomb in an emergency.
I guess Mortimer triggered the trap when he was here. It would seem that the pyramid served not only as the last resting place of the pharaoh, but also as a junk room.
No, those are valuable grave goods. The pharaoh should not have to want for anything in the next world.
Seeds?
Just in case there's a famine in the next world.
A press for olive oil or something like that. I'd rather relax than work in the afterlife.
The pharaoh naturally would never operate the equipment himself. Hundreds of his most loyal slaves were buried with him.
I don't see any bones. I guess the slaves had a bit of a rethink about their loyalty after the pharaoh died. A chariot? A boat? Weapons? Food? Almost makes you wish you were dead.
Oh no. The pharaoh longed to live forever. That is why he commissioned the Book of the Dead to be written. This records everything that the wise were able to discover about death.
Do you believe the book can grant you eternal life?
I'd say it didn't work for old Tut-Tut, though. Ha!
That should work. All right, I've pressed the oil out of the flour. It's sticky and smells strong. It's all in. can't see your hands in front of your face.
So what? Get in there, Chop Chop.
There's no way I'm going into a pitch-black room.
I have never had such a stubborn camel, and you're very uncomfortable as well.
I can hear a kind of patter of thousands of little feet.
Oh, I'm sure that's nothing. Just get in there. Giddy up.
Listen, Shorty, I've got something I need to take care of outside. I'll set you down here and take you with me when I come back.
Very well.
The sundial works incredibly well. It tells me it's high time to get on with things. According to the operating manual, there's a place you have... But I can't just... Ah, Randolph, my living skeleton hand. Critter and Randolph don't really get on, but all hands are needed on board a ship. All hands needed. Hey, Randolph, high five. That always works. All right, then. Cast off. The Van Buren brat is expecting a Mad Hatter and a White Rabbit at her tea party.
Soda Lupa?
I've got an idea. All you've got to do is play the White Rabbit.
Soda Luca.
It worries me a little how easy it is to persuade you to do this kind of thing. All right. You're white, you've got a costume on, you've got a present. It's now or never. May I introduce you to the White Rabbit?
That doesn't look like a normal rabbit at all.
Yes, well, you know.
Oh, gosh, it's a super rabbit.
Only the best for your party.
Have you got a present for me, little Snuffles?
Put it up.
Mr. Hoppy has brought you some wonderful perfume.
Perfume? Achoo!
Splendid, isn't it? All the ladies in Lorem Ipsum are wearing it this season.
But it's making my eyes water.
That's how it has to be. Don't you know the saying, one must suffer to be beautiful? You shouldn't really be wearing this kind of thing yet. It's only for the big girls.
Only for grown-ups?
Yes, little girls shouldn't wear perfume. Only women of the world.
I am a woman of the world.
That's what Mr. Hoppy thought too. But don't tell your mother about it.
Do take a seat, Mr. Hoppy. May I offer you some tea?
Hi.
Oh, Hatter! Have you got a present for me?
I'm just getting your present. I think the parrot is happy not having to play the one. Hey, you up there. Are you hungry? Gotcha! About the mirror.
Just a second. Something exciting's happening. I can't miss this.
Oh, good gods. This little mirror came from a tomb in Lorem Ipsum. Is it worth anything?
Is that... Oh. Do you know what you've got there?
I'll take that as a yes then.
That's the mirror. The first one. Thousands of years old. Just imagine all the things it's seen. All the classics you could watch in it.
Wanna swap? The mirror, the first one, thousands of years old, in mint condition, for the mirror connected to Ivo's room?
Yes, of course. Take it. Wow. Mirrors used to be so small.
Perhaps you could help me again?
Shush, this is a really good bit.
Some happy children. Ivo's, who cares? Well, hi.
Oh!
Look, I've got a pretty bird.
Oh, that really is pretty. Pretty? Squawk!
And he talks.
Ooh! Oh, that's such a lovely present. Please, Mr. Bird, do take a seat. And you may sit down over there, Mr. Hatter. Quickly!
But of course, milady. And isn't your mother going to be joining us?
Uh-huh. Mommy, it's tea time! The Hatter and the Rabbit are here!
The what? It's lovely that you found someone to play with, but Mummy has to work.
You promised me the biggest and bestest present ever as soon as the Hatter and the Rabbit arrived!
But darling, those aren't...
I want my present now! Where is it?
But darling, we already talked about this. You mustn't get so overexcited and stop pointing that thing at me.
I want my present!
Of course. It's, in sea stone. You can choose something from the shop. I can't do anything here by the look of it.
The ape has got nothing, but he could eat. Good news.
Have they gone?
Certainly. It was hard work, but worth it for a magic compass.
What magic compass?
The spirit compass you promised me.
I don't remember that. Do you, Pierre? Nah, Pierre doesn't either.
You said you'd lend me the spirit compass if I got rid of the Van Burens.
So what? Did you hear me say pirate's word of honor?
You... You didn't say pirate's word of honor.
Therefore, according to pirate law, no contract was entered into. You should have known that, Nate.
But I need the compass.
And I'm not going to hand it over that easily. You should have known that too. Out with him and bolt the door.
You're gonna regret this. What did you say, Pierre? Fat loony? I wouldn't dare say that. Mmm. Delicious. It's impossible to keep your hands off this kind of thing. I'm not proud. No, I'm gonna be strong. For now. That thug bolted the gate after he threw me out. Just look at that. Thinks he's something special just because he beat up a fully grown man. A quite fierce, grim-looking ape is preventing that. Away we go. That's the old oasis of Bremen. It was already there at the time of Lorem Ipsum. Today it's a pretty little town. Cast off! All right, Randolph. An honorable task awaits you. Pull the lever. All right, stay right there. We'll get you out of there afterwards. The door's opened a little, but the mechanism seems to be broken. It doesn't open any further. A good captain always has the most important maps memorized, and so do I. I guess the pit used to be covered with thin wooden planks or the like. Mortimer, or Time, one of the two has exposed the pit. This part of the column shoots out if you trigger a mechanism in the floor.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. I would jump over, but I don't know if there's another trap on the other side of the slab. Even if I get over this pitfall, the stone ball is blocking my way.
The ball should only...
I guess... You can't see your hands in front of your face.
So what? Get in there! Chop chop!
There's no way I'm going into a pitch-black room.
I have never had such a stubborn camel, and you're very uncomfortable as well.
Babalu. Faccione, Luca.
This part of the column...
Are you
Yes, I would... What the devil?
Oh, scarabs. We often use them in traps. They eat the flesh of the bones of any intruders. Fantastic animals.
Yeah, fantastic. I won't set a foot in the room with those dung beetles scurrying around.
That strikes me as a very good idea. At least, as long as I remain on your shoulders.
Lorem ipsum, the jewel of the desert at the foot of the three mountains. This little...
Texture push. Ulanu. Texture push.
This part of the column shoots out if you trigger a mechanism in the floor.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. I would jump up.
Doc Doctor! Hula hula ho!
Nothing's moving anymore. The tip of the chisel's jammed between the floor and the piece of column.
Babaloo! Trickster push! Hula hula ho! Kutsura, Luca!
The ball must weigh tons. Isn't there another way into the burial chamber?
Burial chamber?
I've somehow got to move it. Thank you. There's some nasty-looking spikes.
I would suggest
The ball must weigh tons.
burial.
The plank isn't long enough to bridge the pit. And I don't want to put it in on an angle. The beetles might crawl out. Perhaps I can lever the door open with a plank.
No, not a chance.
What do you know about it?
Aside from the fact that I helped build this pyramid,
That's an argument. Lorem ipsum, the jewel of the desert at the foot of the three mountains. Is After everything Ivo told me, Seastone is a no-go at the moment. Better that we're not seen there without the Archmage. His human version, I mean. Cast off! Bob needs his... I have to convince her that she's not... Bob said that only she can wake Ivo up, and no one can force her.
Mums, Fatz. Ulilul.
Ah!
Ui. Neat. Mary. Noxic.
Away we go. Cast off. He's got the key, but I don't want to get into a fight with him. There's a saying about people who bring knives to gunfights, and I don't even have a knife. A stone slab with characters in 3 different languages. and I can't read any of them. Perhaps you could help me again?
Shush, this is a really good bit.
I don't think that would change anything. The Oracle's mirror is the receiver. It shows whatever the mirror in Ivo's room sees. Oh, right.
Hey, I was watching that.
It won't take long. Anyway, you owe me a favor for getting rid of the Van Burens.
All right then, but hurry up.
Away we go. Cast off. If this doesn't work, then I'm a goner. Don't hurt me! You have to see this.
You did this to my baby!
I didn't. And you should have a look at this. Your grandchild.
Stop making such a racket. Nora, keep those kids of yours in check.
Well...
You want to see into the future and find out what you've done to her? I'll show you.
Why don't you ask Granny whether she'll tell you a story? Don't call me Granny.
A story!
Do you really want to keep her imprisoned here so that she hates you for the rest of her life?
Granny tells the best stories.
All right then. What story do you want to hear?
No. I see I was wrong.
I made a decision for Ivo once because I thought it was the best for her. It broke my heart, and it was wrong. Only one person should make decisions on Ivo's life. Ivo. I'll wait outside.
What's happened? You stunned me!
Not quite so fast, darling.
How much time has passed?
A little. The human is still here. He's waiting outside.
You cast a spell on me. You didn't even give me a chance to explain the whole thing to you.
I was in shock. I should have listened to you. One can be full of good intentions and still do the wrong thing.
And apologies will not make what's done undone.
No, they don't. But one can only try to do the right thing and hope to be forgiven. Ivo.
Farewell.
What's taking so long?
I fetched this.
Rutschkutsch, Levo.
Are you okay?
Yes, fine. Dad says I have you to thank for this?
I didn't want to just leave you lying there. And while I was at it, I discovered lorem ipsum.
Then you'll help me transform Alistair back?
What do you mean, help you? The critter and me did all the work while you were asleep.
Oh, you. Oh.
We'll bring Alistair back. That's all. It changes nothing, all right?
I don't want anything else. Now let's get out of here. Get some distance between me and my mother.
You heard, critter. Cast off. Cast off. Ivo?
Yes?
Do you think you could take over? Or,
Yep, no problem. A spark of life from my father. Ancient, powerful magic. The primordial mother used it to breathe life into all things. Impressive. Did you excavate all this?
we had some help.
Who?
He's waiting in the pyramid, the entrance of which me and Critter opened all on our own.
Put it up.
Strange. Why is there a sarcophagus out here in the open? And somehow it seems very familiar to me. Strange. Why? A hastily repaired sundial. The pointer will be completely useless in a few months' time. Thousands of years and that obelisk is still standing. Impressive. A hastily repaired... A hastily...
May I introduce you to, the mummy?
Oh, no.
Mortimer?
Oh, I am not going to talk to you.
You know each other?
We know each other.
I don't know what it's doing here, but for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to ignore it.
You really do know each other.
What's wrong with her?
In former times, this pyramid was probably teeming with slaves. Today, even a pregnant princess has to open every door herself. A bronze chisel has been wedged under this piece of column, presumably to keep it in place. Surprising. Even the things made of wood are still preserved. Well, I guess the climate's warm and dry in here, but I would have expected that much more would have rotted away after all this time. Even my elf eyes aren't able to penetrate this darkness. I don't dare enter without light.
Faccione, Luca!
Hard shells, big pincers, dung beetles. Ugh, a lot of them. At a time when most other humans were still living in mud huts, they were creating very delicate stonework here. Impressive. Of course, we elves were already living in multi-storey houses, had 60-strong orchestras and comprehensive health cover. But for humans, not bad.
Thanks to Critter, I can see enough. And what I can see, I don't like. Is there any way to lure them off? Or chase them away? Are they scared of fire?
Those are elite beetles. We trained their etc. fathers to attack intruders and kill them in the most painful way possible. Did you know that dung beetles are very strong? Each one of them can move a dung ball weighing up to 20 times their own weight. Fun fact.
Perhaps I can lever the door open with a plank.
No, not...
What do you... Ivo?
Yes?
Do you think you could take over? Or,
Yep, no problem. Hard shells, big... In former times, this pyramid was probably teeming with slaves. Today, even a pregnant princess has to open every door herself. A bronze chisel has been wedged under this piece of column, presumably to keep it in place.
Extra push. Granny. Gula. Extra push. Alter. Gula. Angela, looks it. Arthur, quello. Hazza? Pulettus Bruncho.
What's up?
Wait.
Yeah, all right. I'll take over. Here, for you. Hey, Critter.
Huh?
You take over for a bit. I've got some thinking to do.
What's all, What's all, Luca? Alter.
Thank you. Hey, Critter.
Huh?
You take over for a bit. I've got some thinking to do.
Piacere, Luca.
Thank you. The door's opened a little, but the mechanism seems to be broken. It doesn't open any further. Perhaps I can lever the door open.
No,
What do you know? The ball must weigh tons. Isn't there another way into the burial chamber?
burial chamber?
Here, for you.
Thank you.
According to the but I can't. Ivo?
Yes?
Do you think...
Yep, no problem. Strange. What? And... a hastily repaired sundial. The pointer... The Mary is not a battleship. It's a cargo ship that's been converted into a pleasure steamer. She's still capable of defending herself when attacked, though. Lorem ipsum. Nate has really found what treasure hunters and adventurers have spent hundreds of years looking for. Impressive. A bit, anyway. The Mary is not a battleship. It's a cargo ship, not for the... I'm looking fatter and fatter by the hour. Make it stop. We elves don't use makeup. And if some of us weren't so self-conscious about our big ears, there wouldn't be any cosmetic mages either. There's a huge selection of dressing up clothes in the wardrobe. I don't, however, think it's going to help me right now. Not with my stomach like this. Elf ships are powered by the wind, and every now and then by magic when there isn't any. The Mary's watching me when she thinks I'm not looking. I suspect she still doesn't believe that I didn't betray Nate. I did tidy up in here once, and I wasn't thanked for it. He'll just have to find his way through this chaos on his own. Mary reminds me of my old governess. I never used to talk to her unless it was absolutely necessary. Nate can't put a foot wrong as far as Mary's concerned. She just obeys him, even when he doesn't have a clue about airships. Nate can't put a foot...
Away we go. We got the spark of life from the woodland realm. I think it'll take some time until Ivo can forgive her mother, and she only knows the half of it. Cast off! It's not safe for you on the island. Van Buren could return.
In that case, it won't be safe for you either.
Yes, but it's not just about yourself now.
Oh well, okay. Call if you need me.
I will. There's a saying about people.
Nate thought it'd be too dangerous on the island for me and the child. And for just once, I think he's right. The boys should be able to cope without me, I hope. Hey, Critter. Everything okay?
Look.
That's what I like to hear. I'd better get going then.
Look.
Just look at that. Thinks he's something special, just because he beat up a fully grown man. Perhaps you could help me again?
Shush, this is a really good bit.
A quite fierce, grim-looking ape is preventing that. Away we go. After everything Ivo told me, cease better there his Wilbur comes from around there. Mainly just dwarves and gnomes live there. The White Ridge Mountains are too cold for humans. I met Critter in the Northlands. Nice people up there. Penguins mainly. That's the old it was. Only the best captains are already in the right place before they set off. Cast off! Ivo?
Yes?
Do you think you could take over? Or,
Yep, no problem. Strange. And a hate. In former times, this pyramid was probably teeming with slaves. Today, even a pregnant princess has to open. A bronze chisel has been wedged under this piece of column, presumably to keep it in place. Hello, Critter. Yeah, I guess I am. Do you want to have a feel? Hello, Critter. Of course I'll take over. Here, take this.
Extra push. Nanu. Extra push. Bubble. Oh. Puzzure, Luca.
Thanks to Critter, I can see enough. And what I can see, I don't like. I won't set a foot in the room with those dung beetles scurrying around.
That strikes me as a very...
Not now. Perhaps later. Not now. Perhaps later. The plank isn't long enough to bridge the pit. And I don't want to put it in on an angle. The beetles might crawl out.